Hi everyone and welcome. We're going to be doing a mat class today with the bath towel for some assistance. And today's exercises are going to be focusing on getting us prepared to, at some point, one day, do the original classical mat series. So we're going to start by stretching our hamstrings. So go ahead and lay down on your mat and I'll meet you there. We want to fold the towel up so we can use it as like a strap. So I like to fold my towel in half the long way and then just roll it up skinny and tight so it's not too wide to grip in my hands. All right, at that point, lay on down. And let's place the towel around the left foot. Reach that left leg up high towards the ceiling and square your hips. Anchor down through that tailbone, soften those shoulders, and then you can lengthen the right leg out long. So just take a few moments to breathe and settle into this stretch, especially if this is the first stretching you're doing today. Try to soften through the leg. And then slowly start flexing your left foot so you're reaching that left heel up higher towards the ceiling, and that's going to really increase the stretch in the back of your leg, either in your hamstrings or in your calf muscles. And then go ahead and press the foot up towards the ceiling and then go back to your flex. Press the ball of the foot up towards the ceiling, back to your flex. A couple more times. Getting just a little bit of ankle mobility in there. And the next time you're in that press position, hold it and just circle your ankle. Keep your legs still. And just move that foot around. Reverse the direction. And then bring your foot back to center. Keep that left hip anchored in the floor and cross your leg over your midline. Just a little bit. And this stretch can be pretty intense, so once you find it, hold it and breathe. Nice, long, slow breaths. Bring that leg back up to center. Keep your right hip and your right shoulder heavy on the ground. Open this left leg out to the left side. And bring that left leg back to center. One more time, reach your heel up as much as you can towards the ceiling. And then bend their left knee, and you can shake that leg out. And place your left foot on the floor. Let's get the right leg set up now. So loop the towel around your right foot and reach it up nice and high. And at that point, square the hips, anchor the tailbone, relax those shoulders, and settle into the stretch. Slowly start flexing that foot, reaching the heel up higher. Turning the stretch on a little more. And then press the ball of your foot up towards the ceiling and then flex and press and flex. And the next time you're in that pressed position, hold it and circle your ankle. Reverse. All right, bring that foot back to center. Open this right leg out to the side. Oh, and I forgot to tell us to straighten our left leg, which isn't a problem, but if you haven't already, you can go ahead and straighten your left leg out. That just increases the stretch a little bit more. And then bring that leg to center, keep the right hip heavy, cross your leg over your midline. Bring that leg back to center, slowly flex the foot, reaching that heel up towards the ceiling one last time. And then bend your right knee and shake out your leg. Okay, both feet return to the mat. We're gonna put the towel off to the side for a little bit and work on lifting our head with those upper abdominal muscles. So we are gonna have our heads lifted a lot today, but at any point the back of your neck is taking it, I want you to put your head down and rest. It's not worth it to strain that neck. Now you might feel it in the front of the neck, and that's okay. But as long as the back of the neck is good, then we're good to go. For now, take your hands behind your head. And start by nodding your chin down toward your chest. That is step one, and you'll feel that lengthens the back of your neck. Step two. And then step three, soften the rib cage down into the floor. Let that action lift the head, neck, and shoulders up. Actually, all those actions together. And then slowly lower down. Nod your chin, lengthen your neck, soften your rib cage, and lift. And just keep going like that. We're gonna build on this in a moment. As you're lifting your head, neck, and shoulders, nothing in your lower spine is moving. You're keeping that neutral position of your pelvis. You're keeping also your feet even on the floor. And now lift, hold. Reach those arms down long by your side. Really press those arms down into the air. Lift up a little bit higher without losing your neutral pelvis, and then bring your hands back behind your head and slowly lower down. Nod your chin towards your chest, lengthen that neck, soften the rib cage, lift, reach, pressing those arms down actively. Curl up a little bit higher, don't lose neutral. Hands back behind your head and lower it down. And continue. Come down nice and slow and with a lot of control. Coming down is part of the exercise. Couple more. And then on this next one, you're gonna curl up. Press those arms down by your side, nice and active. Curl up a little bit higher and pump your arms. 5 quick inhales, 5 quick exhales. I will demonstrate. Keep going. Inhale through your nose, blow out through your mouth, through your lips, like you're blowing out a candle. Keep reaching those fingers down towards the bottom of your mat. And keep the rib cage down, keeping that head lifted. Few more. And then hands back behind your head and slowly lower all the way back down to the mat. Go ahead and turn your head side to side just to release any tension that might have been sneaking up into your neck. And come back to center. Hands back behind your head. Nod your chin towards your chest. And then reach your right shoulder up and over towards your opposite hip. And come down. And then reach your left shoulder up and over towards your right hip. And down. Try to keep the relationship of your arms, shoulders, and elbows, everything the same. The twist is initiating and coming from your torso. everything from your belly button down is staying even on the right and left side. One more time to each side. And then rest it down. Arms by your side, palms down. And then I want you to, not with all your might, but enough that you feel the engagement and that it feels like you're doing something. I want you to press your shoulders into the mat. So the top backs of the shoulders down towards the mat, the shoulder blades in towards the mat. And then from the very top of your arm down into your fingertips, that's pressing into the mat as well. We're going to try to maintain that the whole time. So again, not with all your might, just enough that you're feeling the engagement in the shoulders and the arms. As you exhale, rock your pelvis towards you, roll up your spine into your bridge. Keep those knees reaching out long in front of you, out the bottom of your mat, right over those toes. Inhale at the top, and then as you exhale, soften your collarbone, soften your sternum, soften the ribs, all the way down through your back, trying to keep those shoulders and arms engaged. And again, use your belly muscles to rock the pelvis towards you, and then start picking it up piece by piece. Hips up nice and high, and then soften it down little by little. Go slow. One more like this, and then we're going to build on the bridge. On your next one, roll up and stay up. Keep those hips high. Try to keep the engagement in the arms the whole time. It's not going to be easy. Reach your right leg up to a tabletop position and then place it down. Lift your left leg up to a tabletop position, place it down. Keep switching and go slow, because what's most important is keeping those hips high and level, or as best you can, and keeping even weight through the shoulders and the arms. Give it your best shot. And next time both feet are on the floor, slowly roll back down that bridge, finding the same articulation, if not more, that you had before. And we're at another bridge. Exhale, rock the pelvis towards you, roll it up. And once you get to the top, you're going to reach your right leg up, but this time we're reaching it high towards the ceiling. Point those toes. Keep those hips high and level, and then lower that right thigh down so it's parallel with the left. Bring it back up. Lower it down. Bring it back up. No dipping in the hips. That left leg is really, really working hard for you. Next time the right leg is up towards the ceiling, keep it there and articulate all the way down. Don't skip any of the hard parts. And once your low back is in the ground, you can start lowering that right leg all the way down. Bend your right knee. Let's switch. So we're going to start with both feet on the floor. Roll it up. Find your high level bridge first, and then lift one leg up to a tabletop position, and then the other. Remember to go slow. Keep the hips level, and try to keep even weight in the shoulders and arms. Next time, both feet are on the floor. Oh, you know, I just added that one in and I didn't mean to. Go ahead and roll down. You got a little extra bridge there. We're gonna go up and do the straight leg. Rock your pelvis towards you, roll it up. It's Friday. Brain's getting tired. Reach that left leg up high towards the ceiling. Point those toes, lower that leg down, lift it up. Lower down, lift it up. Only lower as far as your other thigh. You don't want to go any lower. Last one, lift that leg way up high in the air and roll it down. As you come through that low back, that left leg can slowly lower to the ground. All right, bend your left knee, bring your foot back to the floor. Extend your right leg out long, point those toes. Start lifting that right leg, and when the time is right, rock through your pelvis, and then pick your spine up one piece at a time all the way to the ceiling. Once you're at the top, lower the leg and lift just like before. One more time. Right leg up nice and high, pointed toes, roll down that spine. Take your time. And then bring that right leg all the way to the floor. Slide your right foot up to the mat. Reach your left leg out long, point those left toes. Pick your left leg up. Start peeling the spine up off the mat. Nice high level bridge. Lower that leg down and lift. Down and lift. Two more. And bring that leg up high towards the ceiling. Roll it down. Nice and slow. All the way to the bottom. And then slide that left foot back up mat to meet your right foot. Lift your right leg up to tabletop and then the other one. And reach your arms up high towards the ceiling. Plug those shoulder blades into the mat. As you reach your right foot down towards the floor, reach your left arm behind you. And come back to center. And then reach your right arm behind you as you're reaching your left leg in front. And return. Keep switching. Keep those belly muscles supporting the spine. Now we're going to make it a little bit more challenging. Take your right arm out to the side as your left foot goes down. Bring everything back to start. Right foot down towards the floor as your left arm opens. Bring it back to start. And keep switching. One more time each side. And return to start. Bring your arms down to the floor and get them active on the mat like they were before. Tops of the shoulders down into the fingertips. Then squeeze your knees together. Tilt your knees to the left. And then reach through that right hip to come back to center. And tip your knees to the right. Reach through that left hip, come back to center. Keep going side to side. Try to keep even weight in the arms. Try to keep those knees glued together. Don't let them slide apart. On this next one, tip. And then really using those little belly muscles to support the back, I want you to take your legs down just a little bit towards the mat, towards center, up and over to the other side, and back so you're tilted to the left. So we're making like a U shape with our legs. And then tilt your knees down towards center, down towards the mat, up and over to the right. And again, from the right, make a U, support the low back. You're up and over to the left. One more time, back to the right side. And then come to center. As you exhale, rock your pelvis towards you. And release. And exhale, rock your pelvis back towards you. So you really have to use those belly muscles because the feet cannot help. Two more times. And then come back to neutral. Tip your hips back to the right. Keep those knees glued together. Reach those legs long. Bend your knees. Pull everything back to center. Tip your knees to the left. Reach your legs long. Bend. Pull it back to center. Try a couple times each side. those legs together, no slipping or sliding. Whichever one you're on now, straighten those legs up, pull through your opposite hip to bring the straight legs back to center, tip to the other side. We're staying with straight legs. Back to center and tip. Back to center, tip. Everybody tip to the left. I'll wait a moment so we can all get there. And then really kick on those lower abs and make a nice little U down towards the bottom of your mat, up and over to the right side. And lower abs, turn on, make your U, up and over to the left. These are not easy. One more time. And then bring your legs back to center. Hug your knees towards your chest and turn your head side to side. So that series is really going to prepare us for some of the big crazy ones where our legs are overhead. Don't worry, we're not doing those today. We're going to build on these nice and slow for you. Take your right knee in towards your chest, reach your left leg out nice and long, and you're really hugging that right knee and stretching that left leg away from you. Relax your shoulders. A couple deep breaths here. Letting your body take a quick rest. Let it enjoy a quick stretch. And then hug your right knee over towards your right shoulder. And then hug your right knee over towards your left shoulder. Keep that right shoulder on the floor. Bring your right knee back to center. And then reach that right leg out nice and long. Left knee's turn. Pull it in, hug it in. And then hug that left knee over towards your left shoulder. And then hug that left knee over towards your right shoulder. And try to keep the left shoulder heavy. And bring your knee back to center. One more quick hug in center and then release it down. All right, a little bit more legs. Take your left leg down long on the floor, reach your right leg up high towards the ceiling like we do for hamstring stretches, only this time no towel. Keep your pelvis still on the floor as you circle that right leg out to the side, down and around, cross your midline, bring it back to start. Out to the side, down and around, cross the midline, back to start. Keep going. So you can feel the head of your femur bone circling in that hip socket, but the pelvis is staying stable. Those belly muscles are working hard. Reverse, cross your midline, down, around, out to the side and up. Keep your toes pointed, it helps. One more time. And then pull that knee into your chest for just a quick stretch and release. Right leg strong on the floor, left knee comes up, left leg straightens, point those toes, and circle out to the side, down and around. Out to the side, down and around. Make sure to cross that midline. And let's reverse it. Down and around, up and over. One more. And then lower that knee down into your chest. Give it a nice quick hug and take that leg long. Okay, it's roll up time. So if you need your towel underneath your low back, you can place it there now. Just roll it up maybe like an inch or so. Place it underneath your low back. That's in case you have tightness in your lower thoracic or your lumbar spine. The towel will help work you through that. All right, arms up overhead towards the top of your mat. As you exhale, narrow through your rib cage. Press those arms down, or first press those arms up towards the ceiling, then down by your side, nice and active as you roll up to sitting. Sit up nice and tall, and then exhale, roll it down. Reach back, don't let the rib cage go. Keep that rib cage glued to the ground. And then exhale, roll it back up. Nice and smooth through your spine. Sit up nice and tall. As you're rolling back, keep reaching forward with your heels. And again. And that nice tall sit at the end, and then roll down again. Last one all the way up. Find that nice tall sit and then dive up and over your lap, reaching your fingers towards your toes. And then slide your hands along the mat back towards your hips as you stack your spine up. Press into the mat to lengthen your spine and give you kind of that strength through your back. And then exhale, dive up and over your legs, sliding your hands down toward your feet. Slide your hands back as you stack up. Press those hands into the mat, lengthen those arms. Grow tall through the spine. And dive up and over your legs again. Try this just a few more times. Always starting tall. And after you stack yourself up from that one, stay up. Slide your hands further behind you, and it's gonna be about, I don't know, 10 inches or so behind you, fingertips pointing forward. Shoulders open and on your back, elbows hugging in. Then you're gonna press your hips up towards the ceiling, point your toes, and try to reach the soles of your feet to the floor. Ready, go. Press, point to reach the soles of your feet down, keep those hips up, and then control it as you come down. Sit up nice and tall, or as tall as you can get with your arms back at an angle like this. And then press, point, reach the soles of your feet to the floor. And lower down, 2 more. Keep those shoulders down your back, keep the chest open so you can fill it with air. Once you come down, stay down and come upright. Okay, we're sitting up on those sits bones, nice and tall through the spine, like usual. Take your arms out long in front of you. Make sure those shoulders are on your back. And then we're gonna twist to the right. Pull your right elbow back behind you. Reach your left arm out long in front of you. Then come back to center and twist to the other side. And back to center. Keep sitting up tall. Sometimes with these twists, our spines like to start moving backwards, 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 backwards. So we're still sitting tall on those sits bones the whole time. One more time to each side. And then come to center, let your arms take a quick rest, roll those shoulders. And then take your arms out long in front of you again, but this time open your arms out to the side, shoulders down. Feet are glued together, sides of the feet are glued together. And twist towards your left, arms are staying in the same relationship with your shoulders. Come back to center. And twist towards your right, back to center, to the left, to the right. One more time each side. back to center and rest. Roll the shoulders out, open your legs wide for the saw. They're still up on those sits bones, legs are still out long in front of us, arms out to the side just like before. Twist towards your left, and then bring your right pinky finger down to touch your left pinky toe, or as close to it as you can get it, and then press your left arm up behind you. Untwist, stack your spine, twist towards the right, left fingers down towards the right toes, right arm up behind you. And back up, back to center, drop the shoulders, twist, and reach. Up you go, twist to center, shoulders down. Couple more times. And last one. Come all the way back up, lower those arms, roll out the shoulders, and you can bring your legs back together. I'm not using the towel much today. I'm gonna put that off to the side still. All right, so we're sitting with our knees bent, hands behind the knees, back nice and tall for right now. And then as you exhale, pull your belly button toward your spine, let the sacrum roll backwards. So you're getting a nice consistent curve in your spine, or at least trying to. And then lift your right foot and then your left leg and balance. Tuck your chin down towards your chest, lengthen the back of your neck, look down towards your belly button. Another inhale. And then exhale, let that exhale initiate your roll. Come down, come back up to balance. And exhale, roll down. And back up to balance. Try to only roll down to about the tips of your shoulder blades, those lower tips. So it's really hard to control it and stop it. And then when you come up, try to stay in that balanced position. Always initiate by exhaling and rolling back. 2 more times. Last one like this. All right, here's where it gets even more fun. Reach your right leg long, reach your left leg long, open those legs, walk your hands up a little bit more. And then as you exhale, pull through your belly button, roll back, control it just to the tips of your shoulders and come back up to balance if you can. And exhale, roll back. And back up to balance if you can. Shoulders down. One more time. This one's a lot about control. Good, and then bring those legs back together. Take both hands to the right knee. Start lowering your body down, but keep your head, neck, and shoulders up. Lengthen that left leg out long. Pull that right knee in towards you. And switch for single leg stretch. So one leg's pulling in, one leg's reaching long. And in this one, you can have a tucked pelvis because we're really trying to get that stretch through the legs. Just don't let the pelvis move. So even though you're tucked, you're staying strong and consistent. 2 more. Pull both knees in. Keep that tucked position so your low back is in the mat. And exhale, extend out arms and legs. Inhale, swoop it in. And exhale, extend, no movement in the pelvis, swoop it in. If you need to support your head, remember, you can do that. 2 more. Last one. Pull everything in, pull those knees in. Rock your knees side to side and rock your head side to side. And then we're gonna roll over to our right side. And take your towel. Mine got all messy, so I'm just gonna fold it up neatly again in a little rectangle. It's a couple inches thick. All right, lay down on the right side and you can stack your legs with your knees bent. Place the towel in between those inner thighs and knees. That will help keep them stacked, and then have a nice gentle squeeze on the towel the whole time. All right, left arm up high towards the ceiling. Keep that left shoulder blade on your back, and then twist behind you. Although don't let your left hip go with you, just your torso, your arm, your head, your eyes. Come back up to the ceiling. Hold forward to the front of your mat. Touch your fingertips to the mat. And then up. Keep those hips stacked and still. Twist open behind you. Try that a few times. Keep squeezing your towel. And the next time your hand comes forward, you can pull your arm back in, take your towel out. Prop yourself up on your right forearm and elbow. The elbow should be under the shoulders, and then your forearm is going to be pressing into the floor all the way up to the side of your pinky. Everything's staying active. Reach your legs out nice and long underneath you. Keep your right shoulder and your right ear away from each other, and then give a nice lift to the rib cage. Okay, try to maintain that, and then lengthen through the top foot and lift that top leg up, lower it down. Lengthen it first, and then lift and lower. Good, just about to hip height. And on this next one, lift that leg up to hip height. Keep it there. Foot is flexed. Swing it forward. Point your foot, swing it back. And try to find as much range of motion as you can without letting your upper body move forward and back. Everything in your upper body, besides your breath, is staying still. And then the next time that top leg comes back, so it's hovering over the bottom leg, point your toes and circle. And reverse it. Check in with your rib cage, make sure it's staying up. It's not sagging down towards the floor. We just have one more on this side. Bring your leg to hip height and pedal your bike. And reverse it. Two more. And then rest. Take your towel to the head of your mat. And then lay down on your back. You can place your head on the towel. Take your left ankle, cross it over your right knee. Pull that right leg towards you. And just enjoy that stretch for a moment or two before we go to the other side. All right, release. And you can either flip over or change ends of your mat. We're gonna start with the towel between those inner thighs. Lay down with your knees bent. Your head is all the way on the floor. Now reach your right arm up high towards the ceiling, shoulder blade on your back. Squeeze the towel, rotate back behind you. And then bring that arm back to the ceiling, rotate forward, touch the floor in front of you. And rotate back. Right hip stays in place. Last one, reach it back. And then bring that arm forward to the floor and slide it in towards your body. Take the towel, get it out of the way for now. And up to your left forearm. Remember your elbows under your shoulder and that whole forearm is working all the way up into the little side of your pinky. Lengthen your legs long. And keep your left shoulder and left ear away from each other and lift the rib cage up away from the mat. And then lift the top leg just to hip height and lower it down. And lift and lower it. Remember, we're always looking for the length before the lift. So even if you need to slow it down, you can. And then the next time that leg is lifted to about hip height, flex the foot, swing it forward, point the toes, swoop that leg back. Flex forward, swoop it back. Keep your balance with your abdominal muscles. So no moving in the torso. Hold it nice and still, nice and steady. Again with your rib cage, keep it up. And the next time that top leg is floating over the bottom leg, point your toes and circle. Nice strong left arm. Keep it active, keep it supporting you. We're almost done. Reverse. And then the bicycle, so the leg is at hip height, and we're pedaling. Reverse it. One more. And then lay down on your back with the towel under your head. And take the right knee over the right ankle, right ankle over the left knee. Pull that left leg towards you. Hug it in. And then go ahead and release. Scooch the towel out and place it underneath your sacrum. So it's just propping your hips up a little teeny tiny bit. All right, arms down, active by your sides. We're gonna lift one leg to tabletop and then the other. And then straighten both legs up high towards the ceiling. You'll have a slight tuck to your pelvis, and I want you to maintain that. Don't let your pelvis roll into neutral or worse, an arc. We're keeping that tuck. Point those toes, open your legs wide away from each other, and then circle them down and around to meet. Lift them up towards you, open them out, down and around to meet. Your job is keeping that tuck. These circles don't need to be big, but challenge yourself. See how big you can make them while still maintaining the tucked pelvis. Reverse. Two more. And then bend those knees in. Scooch off your towel, roll onto your belly. And you can have the towel up at the top of your mat for a little pillow for your forehead. All right, arms are out long in front of you, out the corners of your mat. And then your legs are a little bit wider than usual. So you're like a letter X on its belly. Keep your forehead on the towel and just taking a couple of deep breaths. Resituating your body to this new position. And then on your next exhale, try to pick your belly button up off the mat. Press your hip creases or the head of your femur bones into the floor. Lift your head just a smidge so your forehead and your nose aren't near the mat anymore. You're looking down at the mat still. Lift your right arm up. Bring it down. Lift your left arm up. Bring it down. Keep switching back and forth with the arms. Trying not to shift the weight in your body as you lose connection of the floor with the other arm. And now add in the opposite leg. And then trying not to shift the body side to side. Whole trunk is staying still. Your head is staying still. And go a little bit faster. Faster. See how fast you can go while maintaining the stability in your torso. And then rest down. Wiggle your hips side to side just a few times. And then you can bring your legs back in so they're more right underneath you. Hands to the mat, right about at chest level. Pick your forehead up so you're just floating above the mat. Shrug your shoulders towards your ears. Roll your shoulders towards the ceiling. Glide the shoulders towards your back. Hug your elbows in. Then press your hands into the mat. Lift up, trying to come up to straight arms if you can today. If you can't, don't push it. Really let those hips be heavy. Belly muscles pulling in to protect the low back. And slowly, slowly roll down the front of your body, keeping those elbows hugging in and pointing back. Forehead does not return to the towel. It's just still floating over the mat. Go back up. Hips sink down. Sternum sinks down. Arms are supporting you. And roll it down, elbows back. One more time. Press it up. And slowly lower down. Now bring your arms down long by your side. Palms are up. Lift your head up just a teeny tiny bit so you're still looking at your mat, but your head is floating in the air. Shrug your shoulders toward your ears. Roll your shoulders towards the ceiling. Reach those fingertips down, down, down your mat. Press your arms up, keep pressing, and then start lengthening through your head to lift up. And slowly lower down so your forehead is just hovering over your towel. Reach those fingers down toward your mat. At the end of your mat, press up. And lower down. 3 more times. Reach, press, lengthen, float up. Those arms are super active, even though they're just in the air. After that one, you can rest down. Press yourself back into a child's pose. Nice wide knees so you can get a hip stretch. And stretch out. Couple deep breaths. Try to send the breath all the way towards your low back. And then walk your arms over towards the left, keeping everything on the right side, your right hip, your right leg anchored. And then walk back to center and over to the right. And then bring it back to center. As slow as you can go. Pull your belly button toward your spine. Let your hands slide towards you. Stack your spine up, 1 vertebrae at a time. And your head is the last to lift. Come sitting, and you can sit comfortably either on the floor or up on a chair. We're going to stretch out the neck, and then I'll send you on your way. So right ear to the right shoulder. Just let your head be heavy. Let your left shoulder be heavy. And then slowly roll your chin down towards your chest, keeping your back nice and tall. And then left ear over towards the left shoulder, right shoulder heavy. And then chin back down towards your chest. Back over to the right. This time when you're at the right, turn your face down so you're looking at the floor on your right side. And then turn back towards me and chin down towards your chest. Left ear towards your left shoulder. And turn your gaze down to the floor on the left side of your room. And then turn your face back towards me and place your head right back up on top of your spine. Thank you so much for joining me today. Your homework is to stretch out those hamstrings. Stretch out those hamstrings before I see you again. Let me know how it goes, and I'll see you next time. Bye.